What is up, guys? Other than that awkwardly short live stream that we had the other day,
about stuff. So, thanks again. We'll see you
Good
next time.
stuff. Epic stuff.
there hasn't been much news to really discuss about other than the IGN trailer and IGN post with the interview. But of course, deep in the grass of Makuma Jungle, a blog post has appeared. So everyone grab your Pokeballs because it's going to be very, very interesting. So in this blog post, they talk about Outposts and the Outpost system, which is kind of reminds me of in Ore or Silver Waste, where you go from tower to tower, or in Ore where you go from outpost to outpost, which is, I'm pretty sure that's what they were called, outposts, while pushing the packed events over and over again. And then, you know, you wouldn't be able to use, the merchant or anything like that while the people were fighting inside of the outposts. And this is kind of the same idea that they're going for, except this one is going to have story that goes along with it, and of course it's going to be at a larger scale. Larger scale meaning a second phase. Now, you've seen some of this stuff in Dry Top, but here you're going to be able to push during the day these events and push as far as you can into the jungle, into this huge map. I'm assuming that this place is not really small. This place is going to be pretty big for a lot of people just to be pushing from outpost to outpost to outpost. The farther you push during the day, when the second phase comes in, which is the night, different things would happen. Now, what happens is a night phase would come on, and Morjamoth would do his counterattack. This sounds awesome. So as it says in the blog post, the further you push during the day is the more chances you get to actually defeat these monsters, these dragons that come out at night. It's just gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. This reminds me, they also say that you're gonna get more rewards, and you're gonna be able to explore more as depending on how far you push, and you get more rewards for it. So it kind of reminds me of when you push the Balthazar event in Ore, how you used to get Obi shards, and that's what people used to push it for back then, when there was only like one way. Only a couple ways to get Obi shards, and now it's in fractals, it's everywhere. But it seems pretty cool. I wonder if they're gonna have certain armor sets at the end. Like if you push as far as you can, they'll have a few armor sets that you can unlock and buy through there. This also makes me think about the verticality that they always keep mentioning, and if we're gonna be able to push the vents like up or down, and how this is going to work. It's definitely going to not be the same as Ore or Silver Waste, where you push from tower to tower and stuff like that. It's going to be, I don't know, I guess up in the air or to the side. And it makes me think also, how many maps are there? Because they're saying this for this map, right? Are all the maps going to be pushing from outpost to outpost? Like when you see all these huge structures, it makes me think like, okay, these might have a different mechanic towards them. Maybe they're only sharing this one for like the first map, which is what they said on the blog, is that the first map you go into, they're going to have a system like this in place. So I wonder how many maps are going to be kind of like this, and are they going to share more different mechanics for each map? When the time comes, it's only 4 weeks away, so every week they share something different, a different mechanic for each map. That would be pretty cool. But are all the maps going to be like this? I wonder about that. Even though I do think it's cool, I think I want that to be unique for that map, or at least if they do replace like the outpost system, or they do it in a different way in another map, that would be okay. If one map is totally flat and it doesn't have the verticality, like the screenshots we've been seeing and the footage that we've been seeing, then I guess like the next one will have going up and pushing the outpost up and up and up and up and up, and having a difference in that. And it would be cool to see what type of stuff the merchants sell, because they say unlocking rewards, other than like armor sets or new stat combinations. I wonder what they will give. Of course, skins is always going to be a thing. There's always going to be a lot of skins. But I'm looking for that. That secret hand gliding skill. And they did say the hand gliding skill. The more you use it, the more you unlock for it. So I wonder, are they going to be locking certain skills and mechanics for your character the further you push the event. You would have to get a group, push the event to be able to unlock these mastery skills. And that is exciting, and they said at the end of the blog post that it's going to be challenging content. This is the theme of Heart of Thorns. They listened to the community and they're like, we're going to do it for you guys. You guys wanted expansion. You guys wanted challenging content. You guys wanted progression. We're going to do that. And the sound of this, they might achieve it. I don't know. This sounds great. They also go on to say that they will be unlocking adventures. That's right, adventures. It has its own UI, so it could be mini games, it could be challenges like jumping puzzles. That's right, jumping puzzles. Instead of just completing a jumping puzzle, you'll be timed as a challenge, and your fastest time would be shared with other friends, and you can compare times like on a leaderboard. And this is for nearly any activity, as they say on there, quote, end quote. I smell videos. I smell lots and lots of timed videos of me being pro at jumping puzzles, because you guys know I'm pro, right? You guys know that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. No, on the easiest part! And this plays well with the IGN post that came right after the trailer that you guys saw yesterday. Is basically you will be able to earn mastery points from adventures, from challenges, from story missions. It's going to be spread out throughout the world, and for earning achievements as well. I was just recalling it from the post, but it's going to be spread out throughout the world. It's not going to just be the Maguma jungle that you have the mastery system, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna have it split, but it's spreading out everywhere. Meaning whatever you're doing, whatever you're leveling up a character, anything like that, you're gonna earn mastery points, which is gonna have to be something like World v World, where it's like a huge cap to max out everything, and you're gonna have all these options. I firmly believe, after this post, it's going to be like that. It's just going to be a massive tree of just all sorts of things. And if it's not big when it's released, it will be big as the months go by, and you won't be able to just like cap it in 2 seconds. But they have to make sure that you want to cap it. You gotta make sure people they do want to play World v World, or they're already playing World v World and they feel like they're getting something for it. They're not just playing World v World, and a lot of World v World people like that because they can just put points more into Fire Ram or whatever they want to do. Because they have, some guilds have like, okay, these guys do Fire Ram, these guys do arrow carts, these guys do scouting, these guys do this, and depending on that, they put their points in. I haven't even spent my points yet. I need to spend my points. And what plays on that is that they say you'll be able to use some of them for fractal dungeons. So that means not only like it's spreading out throughout the entire world, but then maybe certain dungeons will be affected by mastery points. Maybe they have, if you run fractals all the time, then you will have a fractals tree that you can put points in to do better while killing dredges or I don't know, bosses, or having more agony resistance, stuff like that. That is exciting, and that's confirmed. That's a quote, end quote, quote. Lastly, when they were talking about the mastery system, I think it was Isaiah Cartwright, he says that they were thinking about Zelda. And I know Josh Foreman, he had a Zelda belt. I don't know if you guys knew this. When I went to PAX Prime, when they flew me out, Josh Foreman had a Zelda belt on. Like, and that, gave inspiration for the creative design of Super Adventure Box. And so Isaiah Cartwright was also talking about Zelda and how you won't be able to access certain areas or defeat a certain monster without unlocking something from the mastery system. Kind of like the Zelda feel, where you didn't know how to previously pass a obstacle, but now you can because you have the fire rod or whatever you want, or the boomerang. Oh man, I'm just remembering Link to the Past. Man, if you have a 3DS and you don't have Link to the Past, you need Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds. If you don't have Link Between Worlds, go play it. Go buy and play it. It's a fantastic game, even if you're not even a Zelda fan. Question time. Yeah, this is the famous Antler from the VisualWood podcast. First question, will the air glider be available in the other maps or just in Maguma Jungle? I think I'm pretty sure it's going to be only in the Maguma Jungle, but they did say that they want to spread out, how the game feels with the mastery system. You never know. They might be like, hey, guess what? In this map, you're going to be able to use the air glider and stuff like that. That would be tight. But I think because of, they keep talking about how vertical these maps are, I think they're made specifically for those maps with the air current. I really do. And maybe they stay in there. Maybe they stay in the Maguma Jungle. But then every map that they release after that, you're probably going to be able to use the air glider for that as well. I could imagine them going back and say, oh, you could use it in Dry Top or something, or, Silver Waste. Maybe. But I think there's going to be only Maguma Jungle. First of all, thank you for being a long-time watcher. Holy crap. Back when I had 3 and 4K subs? Damn. Man, you way back there. But will I stream when it comes out? Of course. I'm going to be streaming now, actually. I'm going to be kind of getting the groove of streaming a few times a week. It's going to be Guild Wars 2, and then sometimes it's going to be with WP, and then sometimes I'm going to be doing some off thing like playing some, maybe some Wii U with a couple guys. Maybe we all get on, everyone who has Wii U, we'll play some Mario Kart or something like that, or some Smash Brothers. But I'm going to have like a Guild Wars 2 days, and then probably some off days, some WP days when, he's around and he's not making some lore video for you guys. Probably he's going to have a 40-minute episode of just dinosaur lore. I'm pretty sure it's coming, guys. It's coming. Also, you want to know what do I think when the expansion is going to be released? I think it's going to be this year. I think it's going to go into beta, and then it's going to be released the same year. They say, Mike said that they're going to govern when they release it by the beta. I think when everyone plays it and, hopefully it goes well. Hopefully I'll toss it out and be like, man, this sucks. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is the end of our company. No, but I think when they release it and when people enjoy it or they give feedback, they're gonna change up a few things, and then they're gonna release it the same year with a nice little patch. I'm pretty sure. And I always wondered, I have to look this up, but I always wondered how long does it take to make physical copies of games? Do they have to put in a form or a service invoice like maybe 2 months before the game is released to be sent out to everyone? Because they have to send that out to everybody. I just wonder how much. Man, it must cost a lot of money, first of all, but I would just wonder how, like when they're in beta, do you think they put in a request to get their stuff burnt to disc and packaged in physical copies to be sent out to Walmart and GameStop and Game and all that? I wonder about that because it has to be sent all over the world. Anyways, but I think it's going to be this year. What race will your Revenant be? I think I'm going to go Servari, but it could change. I kind of like going on a character, and what's been happening lately is I've been wanting to customize my character a little bit more, like their face and features, and I buy a bunch of makeover kits and customize my character. I customized my Ranger really cool, and he kind of looks like a samurai. He has like the like, I don't know, the eyes that looks like he's blind, and then he has like the red hair in a ponytail, and it looks really, really cool. And I'm like, man, I'm not gonna play a Ranger for a long period of time. I just don't care for it. This is such a cool design. I might just like make him generic and then use that design for my Revenant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have had that, right? Where you just make this really cool design. You're like, maybe I want this on my main character because I really like this design, and I'm just gonna mess up this. I just wish I could switch my race, if anything, but I can't switch my race because I'm tired of being a humongous Norn as my guardian because he's just too slow, and the only way to make him faster is making him a small Norn woman. And I want to be a guy for the armor sets. I really like the heavy armor sets, but I guess in this one, maybe I might go regular. Maybe I might go human. Maybe I might go human and have the human armor sets, because I really want the cultural armor for human. I really love it, and I just never got it because the only human heavy armor guy I have is my warrior, and I don't play warrior. Mina, what's up? Next question. What will be the filler between now and expansion? And this goes well with the other question is, you know, how long would it take for them to release the expansion? It's a little bit weird because the next living story is going to be the expansion, right? It's going to be connected to it. It's going to be an hour later from the events of where you see all the, you know, airships crashing down. So it has to be soon. It has to be. It has to be this year. It's not going to be next year. It's not. And I was talking to WP about it on the VisualWood, and he's like, oh, maybe next. No, it's not going to be next year because what? We're just going to have nothing for the entire time? What, we're going to have Winter's Day? Now, what would be good is Super Adventure Box, which is what the question said. What about Super Adventure Box? This will be the perfect filler. Yes, it would. That would change everything. Yes, it won't be, you know, it won't last a long time as filler content. You know, I can see a month of playtime before, you know, people are like, oh, you know, oh, this is cool. Now, what's the next thing? You know, I can totally see that. And people are going to be anxious. People are going to be anxious for the next dose. And, you know, 4 weeks from now, we're going to have the PAX event. We're going to have the Res event. And the beta is going to be out. And I'm assuming that they're not going to have any filler, you know, until then. I feel like there's not going to be anything other than like balance patches and some regular stuff. Maybe some little small nugget patches, but we're probably not going to see Super Adventure Box. 4 months ago, there was a post which I said last time in the last video, if you guys are catching up, that they were indeed going to have Super Adventure Box. They just don't know when. There's no release date. And that was 4 months ago. So you could only wonder, you know, have they been working on it? You know, have they been working on it? Or are they just starting working on it now that they have like all the expansion just out there, you know, and ready for beta? Long story short, they're probably not going to release anything because the beta will be coming out in a few weeks. And they're not going to have any filler with that. You know, people are going to be playing the beta, and people are going to be excited about the beta, and that's what's going to be all the rage, and people are going to be logging in just because, you know, beta, you know. So they're probably not going to have any filler until then. They might have like a small little, you know, mini game patch, maybe, where there's a bunch of mini games, you know, some festival or something like that. Maybe something small. Maybe they're working on something right now for a filler, just to toss in real quick. You know, just a little piece of candy. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about the blog post and what certain features did you dissect and I want to hear your thoughts. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video and stay visual. Yes.